Everybody. Yeah. What'd I do? Nope. Sorry, I'm not watching chat right now, so if you guys are talking, I'm trying to I have a lag issue and I think it's a G-Sync issue with my OBS running. That's what I'm trying to solve right now. Give me 1 second here. Graphics. Default graphic settings. Where's that at? require me to reboot. I'll do that later. Okay, so we just came out with a new release. It's 1.1.103, and there's quite a bit that I changed. First of all, in the ops board, you could actually pan if you have it open. That's a big bonus. We have goals that we included. Um, if you actually go to here, I'm going to send a link here. Hey Bob, how you doing? We send that link here. If you go there, you can see all the new changes that we did. Um, let's see here. Some of the major changes is we had orphan processes that were leaked, and those are all fixed. We have a token efficiency audit that actually fixes the inaccurate cost changes, so it gives a more accurate token efficiency. Um, the hidden terminal pans that were um, behind that are running in the process but not in the app, those are now closing. Let's see here. So team roster. So the team roster here, it'll give a more accurate representation of who's working and who's available. Um, let's see. We got some UI polishes. One of the new features is the slash goals, which is this right here. It's built in now, and the director can start using it if you allow it on whatever agent he needs it on. John Smith, yeah, negative 341. That's not an actual accurate. You don't go negative with an actual real annual recurring revenue because it's supposed to be recurring revenue. You could either start off with zero or show what you actually have. So technically, probably around like 100 something dollars for recurring revenue. But I just wanted to reflect my actual cost for developing, and that's my two subscriptions that I have, which is Codex and Claude, the Pro Max, and also my subscription for my hosting for my website, which is plyrumforge.com, and also or just plyrumforge.com and then forge.plyrumforge.com. Hey, thank you for the congrats there. Yeah, I think we came a long ways. You know, I started this with only like 35 subs. Now I'm up to over 400. I mean, that's freaking amazing. So there is something cool that I'm adding to this. And I think it's going to change on how you look at your code. And one of the things that I'm going to be adding, this is something called Understanding Anything. And it's MIT license. Is I can use it for commercial use, whatever. I'm going to incorporate this into Plyrium Forge. And the way this works is it can scan your entire project, and it'll create a map of your whole workflow. And if you have a customer type workflow, it'll actually design a whole map for you. This is so neat. See if I can show you here. Understand anything? Images. Yeah, so this is their website here. Let's go to the live demo. Show us again. So it'll actually map out, and you can zoom in and take a look at your actual code base, see exactly what's happening, what's it doing. You can see the workflow. So I'm going to incorporate this into Plyrium Forge. And so for people who are vibe coding and want to get a full understanding of their project and actually what's happening inside, you can actually, this will map it out for you. And you can see what each part is doing all together. Um, I think this is going to be important to have, especially for a lot of people who are vibe coding. So you get a full understanding what the agent's doing, what they're building, what it's for. And yeah, you could just really drill down exactly what's happening here. So I'm excited for this. I'm going to put this in here. This is going to be the part of the next version. So a little bit of both Lego. I fixed a lot of bugs already. I already incorporated a bunch of them. That's what the new release is. It actually fixes. That was mostly a lot of bug features or bug fixes. There's a couple features in there that I included that I believe you even asked for, which is a slash goals. That's included in there. I have a work tree merge auto cleanup. So if I go up here to review, it'll actually keep this cleaned up for you. And instead of having a bunch of work trees and they're stale and stagnant, it'll actually keep those cleaned up. Now the director will keep an eye on what's working and who's working, and it'll, without having me go in there and tell it, hey, you have idle coders here, let's get the work done. It'll actually do it automatically now. Hey, Tim. John, you said they just going to steal all your code, Honeypot Windows and Honeypot Cloud. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure. Hey, Quig. Quig says, brother, any token savings you are supposedly getting from removing tool calls, you're eating with them, reading, writing to every memory system available under sun. Elaborate on that a little bit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, I did not mean to move this back to there. There we go. In fact, all of these can go here. They are finished. We did all of that. What are you guys up to this weekend, by the way? Yep, Lego. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Slacking off, giving your agents a break. Yeah, they do need that sometimes. More or less, my wallet needs a break. We had a bunch of teenagers over yesterday, probably like 10 of them, and my house got really loud. They were all sitting around playing Uno, video games. Uh, just it was like a little party for them. Part of the end of the year graduation party that they threw. What's up, Vasto? Did you buy Claude Code? I have the subscription for Claude Code, the Pro Max. Is that what you mean? So yeah, if you guys want to check this tool out, it's available. You could actually download the newest version right now on forge.plyrium.com. If you come here, I'll send you guys the link. And check it out. I got it for Linux and Windows right now. Still haven't done Apple yet. I'm waiting on that one. How much did what cost? My Claude Code, I have the $200 subscription, and then for Codex, I have the $100 subscription. So I have both, and I use both. And every single one of these agents that here are Claude. I have 9 agents running, and each one of them is Claude. And I've been using Codex last week, the whole week, because Claude was having some issues connecting and stuff. After we run the rebuild virtual sign up. Yeah, you can download it you can download the free version. They're solo. You go in there and that's free. You can download that and use it. Use it as long as you want. I'm not a software engineer. I am actually a Microsoft 365 architect. I work for a company and I manage the whole cloud infrastructure. I understand and work with software. I've developed a lot of automation applications, but I've never actually done anything with software engineering. Just self-taught is what I am. And yeah, I actually understand the whole workflow of coding before vibe coding. Do you need to before vibe coding? It helps. You could definitely vibe code without understanding any language out there, but there's going to be some nuances you're going to run into and misunderstandings of what things are happening because your agent knows everything, but it doesn't know how to implement everything at once. It lacks the ability to. Um, it doesn't have no common sense, and sometimes it'll forget things to add things like security, maybe code optimization. There's so many different factors that can happen with vibe coding if you don't actually nudge it in the right direction. So my tool here helps a lot with that. In fact, the newest addition I'm going to be adding to it is called Understand Everything. This is it right here. So what this is going to do is whether you have an old project or a brand new project, this will create like a visual representation of your entire project and all the flows of how everything's working. You can actually come down, drill down on each aspect of what's happening here. So if I want to look at, let's just say the shipping service, right? And I want to understand how the shipping service works. So here's my ignore file. These are just like README files, but the actual service here, it'll go from like the doc file to the main, and I can click on main to see exactly what's being fed into it, how it's working. Here's my demo quote tracker. These are just this is just an example of what's happening. Um, you could open up the code and go to the file. This is just their demo right now, so it's not going to show everything. But I'm going to incorporate this into Plyrium Forge. Yeah, it's if you want to download, it's a standalone software. It's called Understand Everything. Here, I'll link it to you guys. This is a great piece of software. So if you just want to just run it without my Plyrium Forge, you could actually just run this and get a full understanding of your whole code base. Click at the domain aspects of it. You got your shopping cart, shipping. So let's look at the shopping cart here and see how that works. I believe you should be able to, yeah, there we go. So in the shopping cart, you have the manage shopping cart, retrieve contents, resolve, render. You know, these are all aspects of it. So I want to see how the rendering works. Wonder if that's it. Should be able to see the, yeah, okay, here's the code. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's just preview only. So you can't really see the actual code in here. But it'll actually, if you click on it, click on show me the code, in the real version, it'll show you the code in there to see exactly how it works. So you can remove docs, any configs, or you can just look at configs. Like I want to see all the config files. And you can do that. So, like this XML right here. I think it's such a cool little tool, and I think it's going to be useful for anybody who is vibe coding and wondering what the heck the agents are doing behind the scenes, how everything's flowing together. Plus, it'll help your AI see how everything's mapped together as well. Yeah, but I'm going to incorporate in Claude, Codex, and all the other ones. I'm not going to take this and merge it into mine. I'm going to rewrite this to fit in mine and fit with the other agents. Hey, Solo. Hey, Fearless. Doing good. Hey, Fearless. The new release is out. If you haven't downloaded it yet, this is what I'm running right now, the new release. One of the major things is the ops board, for instance. I can actually move it now and see what's happening in my little panel here. And we have the / goals that's not working. And there's a lot of optimization that was built into it. Fix the calculations for the token efficiency, where it's not going to show some strange, off the wall numbers. There's just been a lot of bug fixes. Right now, what these guys are working on is I am going to include that understand everything. Let's see if it's actually started that. So for the tool for understand everything, I had the researcher go out and get the full details of it. We need to incorporate that into Plyrium Forge. Then let's go ahead and get that started. Another thing, I thought I fixed this, but I didn't. I can't open up a new card yet. If I click on this, that should be able to allow me to open up a card and fill one out myself and make my own cards. That needs to be an option. Right now, it's not working. So the way it's supposed to look, let me show you here. So if I come to my Plyrium Forge here, this is the same ideal. And I should be able to click on this and create my own card like this. And if I want to, I can add screenshots um, and have my agents pick it up and start working on it right away. So this is what it's supposed to do. It's not doing this yet. And all the main releases that were already we just did, we got the goal, which is a pre-spawn card binding. So these are everything that's fixed: work tree based selection, Vita scale snapshots, token efficiency audit replay, token efficiency audit. It's the dedupe, which is the where it kept stacking on top of each other for the pricing. Hidden terminal focus, so breaking changes and things that we added. And things are removed. I removed the push to talk because I want to make that a standalone app. So that should no longer be in here on this little corner here, like it was. Which should free up a little bit of your memory on there as well. Hey, Johnny. Hey, software creator. Tim, do we need to download from installer every time for a new release? I don't know how to do it where it'll actually update it. I guess we can. I can start working on that instead of having it re-download it, reinstall it. Because right now, if I go to download and download it, it'll be the installer. Hang on here. One issue that we're having is every time we push out a new build, the user has to download the new installer, install it that way. What I'm looking for is just an update. So inside the app itself, if there's a new update, they click that, it'll automatically update it from the app, and it'll update all the new changes, and it'll reload the new app with the newest update. We need that done in this next version. There we go. We're going to fix that for you. Hey, software creator, this tool is called Plyrium Forge. You can actually get it right now. It is right here. And I created this myself. In fact, they are working on the tool inside the tool. They're dog fooding it. So Tim, are you had that issue yesterday? Are you still having that issue? If you have to uninstall Plyrium Forge and install a brand new version of it. You have Claude Code in my Windows 10, Windows 10 computer. Do I need to do anything other than download? No, you shouldn't have to. It should work in Windows 10 as well. Just download Plyrium Forge, and as long as you have the Claude installed, the CLI, you could be able to connect right to it. And yeah, what I would do is just uninstall it and then try reinstalling it. See if that helps. I haven't seen anybody else with that issue yet, so I don't know if it's just locally on your computer or not. Johnny, right now I don't have an actual tutorial on how it works. However, I'm more than happy to demonstrate how it works on mine here. So when you first start it up, you create a team. And the team, you have a choice between a template team or a custom team. If you choose the template team, you can actually choose from a whole variety list here, depending on what you want to build. So if you're building like a website, it gives you some options like a marketing website or e-commerce, and these are just templates, right? Or a content SOE. So what it'll do, it'll spawn the agents just for that role. If you're building a SaaS product, it'll spawn for this. So this is the SaaS MVP team, and this is the SaaS for multi-tenant SaaS team or building an auth team. And so you create your team. Another option you could do is custom team. This is what I usually do. I just do custom team, and I'll start off with like 4 terminals, and I'll just name it right here. You just name it whatever you want. So this is my dev team or whatever, and then I choose the provider that you have, and this can be changed later on the fly. And then you have a director, and then when you create it, you'll be introduced to the director, which is this guy here in the middle. And then you have your terminals here. These are your team members. So your director is the only person that you really need to communicate with and explain to him what your project is, what you're doing. And then your director will make sure that the right team member will start the project. It'll be based on, he'll start creating cards like these, and he'll start assigning these cards to the team members. And the team members are specialized. So you have this, these are 2 coders. I have 2 audits here. I actually have 3 coders. I have 2 research team members. I have a writer, a DevSop, and an architect. He actually spawned the ones that he needed, but he's not running them all at the same time. In fact, they're all just sitting here right now. So he's just getting the full understanding. He's actually getting ready to make a new card here. So he's working, and the team's just sitting there waiting for him to get done. Well, except this guy. He's actually doing something. Let me change the layout here a little bit. There we go. If I can focus on him, see exactly what he's doing. Oh, that's the architect. Yeah, they're all working right now. And it'll just start building your project as you define it, and it'll just make it happen. You could also select a project. So whatever your project is, you create a new folder, create the project, and it'll add it here. And then from there, it'll actually it'll start. Your memory will be very empty. It'll just have a couple files in it, like README files. And your memory system will grow over time, depending on how large your project gets. Because it actually, so even if I shut this down right now and restart it, it'll remember exactly where it left off, and it'll continue working on whatever it left off. This is part of that system. Also, my topology here shows me the communication happening between the agents, between the director, which is in the middle here, and he's sending information to coder 1. And I can see who's working, who's on idle, and I can also see it from here on the member roster. So, have I used Gastown? Never heard of Gastown. I'm not familiar with that at all. You may have it create a simple portfolio website. I could do that. Let me do an all stop right now. And this is going to tell everyone stop doing what you're doing. I'll close it all out. And then I am going to create a new project here. And let's go ahead and go to projects, new folder, call this demo. And there's my demo. So we are going to create a new team, custom team. We're going to call this demo web app. Oops, hang on. That happens sometimes. And this time I'll use Codex. I'll start off with 4, launch this. Hey, Mix. It's just the default dark theme colors. If it looks like Bridge Mines, it's not on purpose. He's been around a lot longer than I have, and his is a lot more fleshed out than mine. So I recommend all my viewers go check out his project as well. He's put a lot of work into it. He's a hard-working gentleman who has built an ADE as well, and he is real passionate about his project. So Yes, trust it, trust it, trust it. That's annoying. Yep, you can connect your own cloud. I do not provide the agent. You have to bring your own agent, whatever one you use. So Gastown is one of the first multi-agent systems by Steve Veg. Came out January 1st. You said something about talking to the director. Remind me of that. In Gastown, you talk to the mayor. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's awesome. How do we link our codecs? So as long as you have codecs installed, the CLI, these are just terminals. So it's no different than you come in here and open up your CMD, right? So this right here. So I can just type codecs right here. This is outside of my tool. Yes, continue. So now it's running. It's no different than that. That's exactly what's happening with all these terminals. It'll just do it automatically for you. Good thing about AI, if someone built something with AI and make it paid, someone else can come make that product and use it for free. That is correct. And vice versa. If someone makes it for free, someone could turn around and make the same product and make it paid. Depends on the type of project, what's happening. Dismiss all. Why can't I close that? On card to do. Okay. So, anyways, back to what I was doing. So I have my director here. I have my team. I need to make a simple website. Let's just do the basic, nice, pretty colors, simplified, and it's just going to be a portfolio of Plyrium Forge. Nothing fancy, just a simple static website, local only. Yep, you can use Codex. In fact, that's what I'm using with this particular team right now is Codex. So right now he's getting a list of his team. He's seeing exactly how to operate the Plyrium Forge. And now you can see he's sending commands to every single one of them. If I look at the topology here, let me go ahead and bring this over here. You can see the communication happening. I wonder if we're going to see a surge in patent fights because it's going to be so easy to clone software. No, not really, because most stuff, you're not cloning it. If I went and took a project that had a non-commercial license for it and tried cloning that's where you have the issues at. If you design something that you built you're from scratch, like mine is way different than a lot of the other ones out there. Does the same thing. It's an A to E, right? But it's way different. It's like saying Windows is suing Linux because they have an operating system also, or they're suing Mac because they have an operating. They're all different. They run differently. They do things differently, but they're all operating systems. Different types of applications out there. Same thing. My app, there's no other app out there that runs exactly like mine. There's no one-to-one out there. But there is lots of ADEs out there, which is agentic development environments. There's free ones, there's paid for ones. So an attempt was made to run a script while the script file with Node, but the script was deemed capable of controlling the desktop because the security system couldn't fully verify the script's content or intent. Oh, okay. Actions directly blocked its execution. Node.js typically run JavaScript files, but the application security layer prevented this from, in this case. So, okay, yeah, that's just Windows not understanding what it was doing, and it was just protecting your system. That's actually a good thing. There's some files out there because there's probably, I don't know what folder you're trying to manage or where it's at. So there's a folder hierarchy. Like me, I keep my projects under under my username, and I have a less problems manipulating those files than I would if I had it in like the any other type of folder for that Windows needs. Does it burn a lot of tokens usage? It does if you don't have the token efficiency, which I have built in here, and the paid tiered ones comes with the token efficiency. So like right now, my project, I am saving about 40% right now. Hey, Bob, you're right. You can build your own version of your own SaaS. Here's a good example. I have my own SaaS. I built this. I vibe coded this. But the thing is, you want to go after certain niches if you do this. The industries I'm targeting is plumbers, HVAC, electrical systems. They're not going to have time to build their own SaaS. They're not going to have time to vibe code their own SaaS. They're too busy as a plumber, too busy as an HVAC, too busy as an electrical company. In fact, there's lots of industries that I'm targeting here. I already have clients on this, and they're using. Thank you. They're using this tool. It's a full backend suite office for managing their company. So just to say that there's going to be 100 copies of them out there, really, if you get the right niche, there's not going to be 100 copies out there, or there's going to be better versions of it. There's competition, and competition's good. Hey Lego, welcome back. How do I decide the version? So that's arbitrary. That's up to you how you want to decide it. So 1.1 is more of like the early access stage. I think when I get to actual version 2 is more of the stable release. So, and each major features. So the 103, that was a mistake. I only wanted it to go to 99 and flip over to 1.2. So which is a major milestone. And that's how I'm doing it. But there's no real system on how, I mean, I guess there might be out there. This is just how I do it. Well, I'm glad I'm funny, Johnny. I'm asking about the general idea. Okay, hang on here. I'm catching up here. I'm asking him about the general idea, and he doesn't need to be an economist to answer that as I'm doing some research work and fighting for the ideas of normal individuals. Okay, awesome. Let's see how many, see where it's at. So it actually already completed one of the main layers here for the website. That's in testing. Here's a question, sir. Do you think gold mainly works because of perception and collective psychology rather than, what does that say, intrinsic value alone? What do you mean by that? Yeah, the new version should have already fixed that for your Lego. That was one of the features or one of the bugs that I fixed in there. Hey Jayesh, I didn't understand what you mean by that. And for anybody that's just joining, I'm demoing how this works. I'm actually creating a simple website right now. They're going through, testing it, make sure everything's working. Let's actually take a look at the file here. Call it demo. So here it is right here. Let's open it on Edge. Plyrium Forge, that's funny. But you asked me to demo it, and this is what it created for me. And I could fine tune it. I could actually come in here. Here's my services, process, contact. But this is the layout it made for me. Yes, Johnny. Both ends are vibe coded. Hey, Jack. I was telling my community I was hoping to get it done this weekend. Um, I'm still trying to get that done. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it done this weekend now, but I am trying to get the Mac version out there. So nice little plug there, Jay. Okay, so you're asking is gold value just made up? Yes, anything that has a value is made up, but it's supply and demand. If there's a demand for something and you have the supply or lack of, that demand can either increase or decrease. Um, so it's not really a made up thing. It's just if there's a need or use, then of course it'll increase. It goes for anything. If I had potatoes and I was the only farmer that farmed potatoes, and all of a sudden there was a huge demand of potatoes, I could charge whatever I want on them. But whether people pay that or not, that just depends. So you got to find that medium ground on what the value is. What is someone willing to pay for? That's where the value comes from. Is there any trick to make it have a nice UI UX? You're talking about for this website demo here? Yeah, should be able to. So the website that was just created, I need you to change the UI and the UX. It's a little too simplified. Make it a little bit more techno and make the template more streamlined and modern. But you could actually have it whatever you want. Thank you, software. Hey, Clark, I'll definitely review your website. Can Are you on the Discord? If you are, can you link it there? And I'll pull it up. Yep, I'll take a look at it. Give me a second here. All right, so this is your website called Layer Lift. So, want to talk about it? How does it work? Jane, there is demand for gold. Most of our computers have gold in them. Most electronics have gold in them. There's a huge demand for gold. Um, Now, if you want to make the argument about diamonds, we could manufacture diamonds. That is arbitrary. That is something that was manufactured to inflate the price of it. But most things have a need for it. If you think gold has no real value, it sure does. Gold is in all sorts of electronics nowadays. So you're just looking at the template. It looks good. It looks very clean. I like the background. Now, I personally don't care about the background scrolling down as the front end's moving up. If you made that more static, I think that'd look a little better. But that's just my personal opinion. I am not the best person to judge on what I think a website should look like and what a fantastic website should look like. My key thing is it functional? Does it get the information out? And do I have enough information on the first page to understand what the website's about? Those are the key things I look for. If I have to do any scrolling to figure out what it is that I'm looking at, I would end up just leaving. And I've done that with lots of websites. I need as informed information as I can here without having to look around, dig around. Like the scrolling thing down here, that's a little too much, I think. I would not have that. I would just get rid of that. Hey, that's awesome, Lego. I hope you get what you're asking for. All right, let's see where we're at now. Didn't make any changes yet. Ah, that's why. It's in progress right now. So it's cleaning it up right now. Hey, Leo. I'm not familiar with any of those. Superpowers, G-Stack, GSD, etc. I'm not sure what those are. Yeah, software. I'd love to review your website. Do you join my Discord and then link it in there? And then I'll pull it up here. Let me get you guys invite here. I'll send that out to you guys. There you go. See you later, Lego. Thanks for stopping by again. Hey, God, is it God of Voltage? I'm actually demoing my ADE here, my tool that I built. And one of the viewers here asked to demonstrate to see how well it actually develops and stuff. So I just create a simple static website here, real fast to show you from start to finish. And now I'm adding more to it right now just to show, new features that are being added and stuff, and the workflow of the agents. Just sent it? All right. All right, bring it up here. So this is start your Tamagotchi. Okay, like where'd that coming from? Um, I like the background, the flying into the stadium and stuff. That's pretty neat. Very clean. So is this like a betting site, or what exactly is this? So just World Cup tracking. This is growing way too fast for me to see up here, though. The live feed, that's just flying by. So Mexico's #1, Morocco's #2, and Sweden's #3 in the popularity. Now, are these votes based on your users in your website, or are these like are these tallied from somewhere else? Okay. And did you vibe code all this? It's actually pretty neat. Real impressive. Mexico versus South Africa. So that's the next match, June 11th. Okay. Now, what we need is on here, just a opinion, but let's just say I'm looking forward to this, and I want to set a reminder for myself that that's coming up. That way I don't forget. Or also list the places where I can watch it, like maybe esports or whatever, like a live YouTube or however they actually show the matches. Those are two options I would like to see. Other than that, it looks really good. Let's see where we're at with our. So it's the testing now. Let's take a look, see if it actually built it here. All right. So it did add. It made a change. So this is now the new website that I built from scratch that you asked for me to demo it. It even has the dark mode. Look at that. So, and you could add as much detail as you need to, and really fine tune it. And at this point, I'll start taking screenshots like this. I don't like the logo here, or maybe I just don't like the logo itself and have them redo it. And I'll send it over to Plyrium Forge here, for example. Redo this logo and make it a lot cleaner. Something like that, whatever you want to do. So my tool does not have mobile mode. Right now, it is the desktop app for Linux or Windows at this time. Oh, you're talking about the website that I had it built? It's just a demo website. It might have mobile mode. Let's find out. So here's the mobile view of it. It's very responsive. It actually looks pretty good for mobile. Back to the top. But I would like this up here. It needs to be like a hamburger icon instead of the clicks there. I would prefer that. Yeah, Knox, I'll definitely take a look at it. ABC. There's a lot of differences between mine and BridgeMine's. First of all, BridgeMine has been around longer than me, and his is a lot more fleshed out. So his has a lot less bugs and stuff. But mine is different in the way it flows, it tracks. So I have a director here that manages its team. Each team member is specialized. I don't tell my team what to do. You can if you want to, but I don't. My director's job is to manage his team, and he does a real good job of it. If I need more, like an architect or the director needs it. He can spot them in, and he actually hires and fires his own team just to make sure the project gets done. The other thing is I have token efficiency. That's something that BridgeMine doesn't have in his. So I could run multiple terminals in mine. These are all Claude instances, and right now I'm running at 43% efficiency. Um, and so it's at a reduced cost to run all these terminals versus if I didn't have that, it would actually just eat up my subscription. So someone with a lower subscription can run multiple terminals as if they're running a higher subscription. So that's another thing that's different than his. Uh, I think he has a Kanban, not sure, but my AI manages the entire Kanban. It'll move through. Everything's automated. All I have to do is just talk to the director itself, and it'll actually go through and like I just had to change this logo to see if it did. No, it didn't. Did you change that logo? The other thing is, what else is different in mine? I can actually review if there's any work trees that are split. In this case, there isn't. This is just a demo, my demo project I'm checking out right now to show it off, just to show off the interface here. Yeah, Johnny. So it depends on what I'm using right now. I'm using Codex. Codex, I can't get 99% efficiency. With Claude, I can get almost a 99% efficiency. The next thing I'm adding into it, this is something I'm excited for. This is one thing I'm working on. Let me find it here. What I do with it? Here, I'll pull it up. So this tool here is called Understand Everything. And this has an MIT license. It's completely free. Anybody can download it and use it right now. I'll send you guys the link here. So there's a link. And what this does, I'm going to build, this has an MIT license. I'm going to go ahead and take the code, take out the parts that I need, and build it into Plyrium Forge. So it's like an all-in-one tool for you guys. And the way it's going to work is it's going to map out your entire code base, your entire infrastructure for whatever you're developing. And it can actually gather how everything's flowing. You'll have an understanding of what your AI is building, what each part of it's going to be, your whole backend. So I could drill down to, all the workflows. If there's APIs, I could look at, like, here's the demo prototype right here. So all this flows in for the demo. And I can actually, not in this version, but I can open the code. But since this is a preview only, they're not going to show me the code for it. But this will actually go down to every single part of your program and drill into exactly what's happening. Here's two different clusters. You got demo proto and health proto. You can look at the documentation on it, view the docs, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to build this in to Plyrium Forge. So when you're developing and your project starts to get bigger and bigger, you'll still have a full understanding what everything's doing, what's happening. You'll understand the back end, the front end, and plus, not just you, your AI will as well. So it's not really an auto system builder; it's a mapper. It maps out your entire code. You can look at the domain structure. You can do a deep dive. You can do a full overview. You can actually choose, like, I only want to look at the code, or I'm going to look at the config only. Don't care about the knowledge, and filter that. But this will actually give you, like, here's all the different files. Here's the chart, README. But this will give you a full overview of what's happening in your website. And that's one thing I'm looking forward to. So let's see if it actually changed the logo here. Did it change the logo? It kind of looks different. I think it did. Maybe not. But this is the website I built in my little test view here. So he did something similar to that. That's very cool. Hey, Leo. Yeah, so that's something I want to build into here as well. So let me switch back to Plyrium Forge here. This what's great is I can come in here. I went ahead and stopped all and closed out the whole team. So go ahead and spawn your team in, and let's start getting to work on all the projects. And he'll go in and just start spawning them in. How do you understand the heat map of where users press? There's like the way I do it. There's footprints, so I can see like if you go to my website. Let me get out of this view here. So if you go to my website and you come here and this is your landing page you get to, I can see when you first come in. And then every time you go to certain areas, I can actually see, you know, what you've been going in and what part of the website actually got you to convert pretty much. Like maybe you're following this and you're like, this is pretty cool. I want to see, how the system builder works. I want to come in here and, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I want to see the trial. But you can actually, I can look at the footprint of every step you're taking and see what works and what doesn't work. Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're meaning by that? By the heat map? That's why I couldn't close that because it was on different project. So he just spawned in all the agents that he needed. Let's look at the work tree here. Good. Okay. And usually what I'll have is I'll have Claude go in because he has access to my whole website. So I'll say, okay, this user that just signed up, tell me the path he took to sign up. What was his footprint? And he'll give me a breakdown of each step that he takes. And from there, I can create a database just on this, or maybe a heat map like you're talking about, and I can see what's actually working, what's not, and fine tune the areas that's not working, or remove things that's not working because they're just wasting space or not relevant to the customers. But I will be right back. Yeah, definitely selecting the team is the important part, and then from there you can actually see what their upcoming events are. Um, you could actually schedule or you get their schedule ahead of time. That would be awesome. Is there any better way than simply asking promoting the codex to merge understand anything into existing framework? Yeah, you can. That's actually what I'm doing. I'm taking everything, anything, or understanding everything, and I'm going to be merging that into my project. So it's an existing framework, and mine is an existing framework, and I'm taking their framework and I'm going to merge it into mine. What it, that's what I'm doing. Uh, so Leo, best way of doing that is whatever tool you're using for your agentic development environment, whether it's just the desktop, the CLI, or my tool, or any other tool out there. You just have the agent do the research on it to get a full understanding of the framework and the infrastructure, and let them know that you want to take that project and merge it into yours, and it will do what it can to make that happen. I actually have a browser preview. It's already in here. So if I go to Anthropic Docs here, it'll take me here. So, yep, there's one. And you could actually pop this out. Showing up on my other screen here. It looks like the pop out ain't working. But when it does work, you can pop it out. And then it uses like a Chrome interface for it. And you can look at let me grab this. You can actually open up DevTools here. So you could take a look. So if you're doing web developing, you could actually uh, I just haven't focused on this yet. I need to fine tune this and make this a lot better. So I'll do that. I'll bet you do that. But there is one in there already. Unsafe instructions, no action needed unless you expect a message. The review of the audit record if needed. Okay. Take a look at my inbox. I have one urgent, two mediums in there, and see if they need any action. Move that over here. They already have a branch open right now, which is good. A work tree. Yeah, you guys can actually download this right now and use it for free. Christmas tree. So I actually, before you came on, I actually did a full demonstration on how it works. I have a demo project here, and I created a whole website from start to finish. And this is what it made me right here. So I just had to create a static local page just to show off what it's like from starting up your agents to developing a website. But to create a new team, when you first start it up, you could select a new team. You could do a template based or a custom based. Template based, it'll actually give you pre-selected templates if you're doing a web app, website, SaaS, software development, and then from there you can choose subcategories. And the little boxes here are the teams it'll create, like a project manager, code mapper, architect, coder, and a full stack integrator. Or this one here, it's got the backend builder, front end builder, and a test isolator. So it just depends on what you're building. You can do it that way. I just like to do a custom team most of the time myself, and I just name the team here and choose the CLI that I'm using, whether it's Codex, Claude, Gemini, OpenCode, Kimi, and same thing with the director. You can choose who you want your director, And you can choose how many you want to start off with. If you want one, or 3 teams, 4, up to 12 team members. And it'll spawn that many. Yep, so if you come over here to skills, find it here. It's based on these MD files. These are all skills. Here. And let's just say the debugging team here. So I got custom diagnosis. And here is the skills MD file that it gets injected with. If I want this one here, there they are. Web UI. So there's the front end. There's the React backend. So it just depends how short or how long they are. And you can actually put your own in here too. So if down here, if you want to upload your own skill, you can. If you want to create your own new skill, you can. Which this isn't working right now. That's a bug. The directors, of course, are going to have some of the longest ones because they have to know every single tool. There's just a lot happening with the director. Yeah, definitely go to forge.plyrium.com and you could download it right now. You could download the solo version. It's free. Test it out, see if it's something you like. Yep, they're Johnny. They are specific to that job. So these are coders. They have the coder skill, and each one of these is just a skill that gets injected into them. So if I switch it, they'll get that new skill injected into them. So I was supposed to get the Mac release done this weekend. For that, I have to get the SDK and their license. And I think there's like a review process, and I'm working on that. So right now, there's really no ETA. I'm hoping sooner than later. I was supposed to, like I said, supposed to get done this weekend. I just have not been able to get it done yet. So Christmas, I'll send you the link, and you can download it straight from there. Just head on over and right at the top, right-hand side, you should be able to click on downloads and download the tool. And right now, it's only available for Windows and Linux. So I'm up to 73% token efficiency right now. Let me clear that just to make sure it's accurate. Yeah, I actually have a few watchers right now waiting for the Linux. You're not the only one. Thank you so much. I noticed that Claude is being real slow. I wonder if I have it on high efficiency. Because he's been going real slow. Yes, sir, Bob. I have it on Linux. Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't do that either. Yeah, definitely stick with Mac if that's what you're using. Mac is a great tool for coding, especially vibe coding. And our little Mac Minis, they're powerful little machines. They really are. You can run local AIs on them. They're great little machines. I need to get me some. So here's everything the director has been thinking about for the past hour, it seemed like. We have 2 mediums, 1 urgent, 1 landed. Just dispatch state workers. Also log to less than. Your log to dispatches. Truncate, transition. Okay. No, if you need more workers, spawn them in. Like sometimes I don't even need to even look at the terminal here. Just close it down and they're running in the background. So what's unified memory? Oh, how Mac does it? Yes. You're talking about like their instead of like dedicated GPU, it's using the unified memory space instead. Is that what you're talking about? That's how they. That's how you're able to load bigger AIs on the little Mac Minis. And I agree with that. Windows has their stupid shared memory. Go to Task Manager here. Go to Performance, GPU. Yeah, so I have shared GPU memory, which it really throttles it down if anything's in the shared memory by a lot. It's horrible. Yeah, and that's how Mac does it. Yep. And you're right. I wish all PCs would do that. Looks like my streaming health went poor, so if I'm glitchy or anything, that's why. Sorry about that. What's up, Spookbat? Yep, it'll definitely eat up more resources. So let's take a look here because I noticed that my resources went down a little bit. So we got terminals. So I have 8 going right now. So what it's doing, there's a few things that's happening behind the scenes. So I'm running, here's Plyrium Forge. Stay still, right? This is the main app. And for each terminal it runs, it actually launches. So these are all Claude. So it'll all launch. I believe they're all Claude, aren't they? Yeah, they're all Claude. So it'll launch all the Claude. Each one is a separate terminal that it's launching. Here's some of the codexes that's launched. If they're doing any greps in a terminal, let's see here. These Node.js's are the. So each terminal has 3 layers to it. You have the Node.js, which is the direct interface. It's the interpreter between your Windows or Mac or Linux terminal to the terminal in the GUI. And it's the middleman. That's what the Node.js's are. And then let's see what else. These Pythons. I'm trying to remember what these are. I think this is like another part of the layer with the terminal. And then you got your grep and your tail. And UBUX, these are something different. They're not part of Plyrium. And you got your Windows processes. So it does start using up a lot of resources. I use both CPM. I have Claude and Codex. Right now, like last week, I was using Codex. Today, I started off with Claude. So, and I've had good luck with both of them. The only thing I don't like about Claude is when they start to have problems on their website and or their API, and it starts to slow me down, or even their CLI. Um, and they had a lot of trouble last week or the week before, and I couldn't get a lot of work done. They just kept limiting my usage rates, so I had to switch to Codex. Hey JMD, yeah, I'm actually enjoying AI myself. Are you asking me what my background is, or are you asking someone else, software creators? My background, I'm a Microsoft 365 architect. I work for a company and I manage their whole cloud infrastructure on any of the Microsoft tools. CPM, the tool you see in front of you, which is Plyrium Forge, this is what I'm building. It's actually building itself right now. I'm improving it, fixing bugs, adding features. One of the big features I'm adding to my next release is it's called Understand Everything. It's a tool that's already out there, and I'm going to merge their framework into my framework, and it's going to become one tool. I develop lots of code software, but nothing professional. I build a lot of automation, back-end code for my work, and I've made some software on the side for myself. But other than that, that's the extent of my knowledge of it. I'm no expert in it. I know enough, to understand it. And the tech stack I'm using for this is Rust. And I don't know anything about Rust. I can't develop in it, can't write in it. It's a totally different language. But that's the backend for this is Rust, and it's linked with Electron. That's the front end with Chromium, and using React and TypeScript for the interface in GUI. Yeah, so the visual graph, what I like about this, so I don't have to have the terminals, right, the team. This visual graph represents the team. I know exactly what I have. I have 3 coders, I have a researcher, QA auditor, and architect. And I can see who's running, who's working, and if there's any communication between them. You'll see um, which direction the communication is flowing from. The other visual that I have is the memory here, and you'll see that. So, and this grows over time. And what these are just based on these files here. They will read and write to their memory, and every single agent uses the same memory in that project that you're in. And these are dead memory that they're trying to link to. Yeah, there's another one here. Must have got truncated. That happens. But yep. And if you're bored, you can grab a ball and play around with it. Throw a green ball over here. It'll move back. And you can see the main links between them. See like that? Like a little spider web. And because if there's something in here that represents something over here, these are different parts of, they're called volts. So you got the API, the architect, conventions, database, decisions, and so on and so forth. And if there's a link in convention and the architect, it'll actually represent it in the graph here. And that's why you're able to see these links here. Like this one don't have any link to it, but this one does. You can see the tree that all belongs to. Thank you. So now it looks like all three coders are working, and they represent up here as well. This is the roster. So you can see coder 1, 2, and 3 are actually working, while the architect, auditor, and QA are not. And if I go to, let me bring up my board here, my ops board, and here's all the tasks that were created. These are what's coming. These are what's in progress, and these are what's in testing. So the QA and the reviewer should be working these, and right now it's not. Okay, so do you see the coder sending the signal? So he was actually communicating with the director, and that's what was sent here. So you can see the communication between them. I know if we have a lot sitting in test, are we not working the QA and the auditors? Find out what's going on there. Yeah, I love Java. Java's real cool. If you know Java, you can do C Sharp. What I like them both equally, but one is better for certain things and the other is better for other things. And I can write Java, but I'm no expert in it. I've actually built my own game engine in Java. Hey, Ply, so you're a UX UI designer? That's actually a good step to get into. And that way you understand the workflow and what the users need in front of them to be able to work the actions. Um, Vibe coding, it's no secret, no trick. You just go in there and have a conversation. You know, just say it's like you're a CEO of a company and you have a vision and you need to tell your team your vision and you want them to create it. And this is how you want it created. This is each step you want it created. That's no different to me talking to AI. I am the CEO. I'm talking to the director. The director has a team. I tell the director how I want something done. He will assign that job to the team. Yeah, Java's been around for a long time. I mean, look at your microwave. It's being ran by Java. Java runs a lot of tools out there that we use, even to this day. Hey, thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. Helps the channel grow, get more people involved, and I'm trying to build a community for vibe coders or people who are just starting or wanting to learn. I actually have a Discord if you guys are interested in joining. Let me pull that up here if I can find it. It's one of these tabs. There it is. Let me create a link for you. I thought I had it in the description, but maybe it's not. Oh yeah, AI is really good at coding in Java. And you guys can actually start using this tool today. You can download it right now. It's available on Windows and Linux. Just joined J Codes More. I'm not familiar with that, but glad you did. Oh, that's your username in Discord. Okay, yeah. Hey, Ply, you're very welcome. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we got a lot in testing here. 205 completed already. That's amazing. Yeah, these guys, I mean, just ADE here, it'll really streamline this and get it going. And honestly, with the way I have it designed here, with the QA, the researcher, the auditors, I have not had any issues close this out, building it, and running any bugs, or like crashing or not running. They actually review all of their code work to the best of their ability, which is amazing. Of course, there's going to be some bugs in certain areas, but a lot of those is either bad choices for me or not good commands that I'm giving it, or or because I'm changing something around that they originally were developing. So fine tuning it really. Hey Flamkey, this is a agentic development environment. I built this tool. It's called Plyrium Forge. It is a tool that I can use to build applications and websites or whatever I decide. It's for AI, and the tool that you see in front of you is the tool that they're currently building. They are building themselves, making themselves better, stronger, and more reliable. Hey D Shell, I'm doing good. How are you doing? And if you guys are interested in checking it out, you go to forge.plyrium.com. You can download it today and start using it. I think my music just stopped. Why would it do that? There we go. We still have a lot of cards in testing. We need to get the QAs and the auditors involved in that and start testing it and reviewing the code. Need to get these cards moving. If you need to spawn more, and go ahead. So the only person I really talk to is the director, and he will do his best to manage his team. Right now, I'm saving up to 84% token efficiency, and out of the 50.3 million that that I originally would have sent, I only sent 1.6 million actual tokens. So it's easy for me to run all of these at a reduced rate. I mean, that's part of it. Promoting it, building this, teach you guys how to vibe code, use the tool, and not just promoting it. I actually encourage other people to build their own or build their own tools. That's something I've always been strong with with all my live streams. Is I really encourage people to build their own if they want to. But yes, I'll do self plugs. This is my channel. I'd love to do that. I have lots of software. I've written music. I have books that I've written. I have scientific papers that I've written that's published. I let's see what else. I have music on Spotify, iTunes. I have my SaaS website. I mean, I'll plug them all in. Everything that I'm doing. Where's it at? Yeah, so here's my SaaS website that I built right here, and I already have users on this one, clients. Did you make an Android app with it? Nice. So what's it do? I got 2 Johnnies in here. Nice. Yeah, this is incorporating understand anything into Plyrium Forge. This is exactly what this is doing right here, and that's what they're working on. That is their mission. I can build Grok into this. Here, I'll do that right now. We also need to make sure Grok CLI is that's an option for people to use this. Right now, that's not an option, and that needs to be an option for a list of AI agents. So go ahead and incorporate that in. There you go. Next release, it'll be in there. Make sure you get Grok. Yeah, you guys tell me what you want. I'll put it in here. Hey, Dang Shorts. Yeah, thank you so much. Definitely a lot of progress. The tool's a lot more responsive. It works so much better. I crushed a lot of the bugs. There's still some in there. It's not perfect, but it's definitely moving right along. It's becoming a very powerful tool. I use it daily for my development now. Thanks, Sukbat. Yeah, it's definitely something that I'm proud of. Hey, Johnny, you could definitely do that if that's what you want to do. Definitely. Hey, Dang Shorts. Of course, there's like I think there's like 5 or 6 of you, just a very small handful when I first started who checked me out, joined up. You guys stuck around, and all my viewers, I really appreciate every single one of you. You guys give me critical criticism. You you show me my ignorance. I love it. And you are here sticking around, watching me grow, my application grow, my community grow, and it's been a wonderful thing. It really has been. And we're not done. This is just the beginning. I mean, I think this is something that we can make this long term for everybody. And again, thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you. I really do. And the more we grow, the harder it is going to be for me to respond to every single question. But I will try my best to answer as many as I can. Hey, thanks, Johnny. I try to be. I'm not perfect. I'm really not. I don't know everything. I don't pretend to. I make mistakes like anybody else. But you know what? I will own them. I will own my mistakes. I will tell you when I'm wrong. And I'll tell you if I don't understand something. That's just the way I am. I just wish I was more entertaining for you guys. I know that there's some YouTubers out there who are just so good at entertaining and drawing in that crowd. I'm just not that guy. I just don't. This is just what you see is what you get. This is me. I'm. This is the real me. So if I don't act like that in real life, I don't act like that. I can't wait to incorporate this new tool. It's gonna be so awesome. This one right here. Right now it's on a follow-up phase. It's not assigning anybody right now. Hey, some user 14. So this right here is my agentic development environment. I built this. In fact, the AI that's working right now are currently developing itself. So all the new features, bug fixes, they're actually working on themselves right now. And this is my director here, and the director has a team of engineers. I have coders, researchers, architect, auditors, and quality assurance in my team. And right here is my ops board, and these are the projects that they're working on. So right now in progress, I'm incorporating a tool called Understand Anything into Plyrium Forge. And this is the task, and this is everything that they're doing currently. These are backlog tasks that they're going to be working on. One of them is adding Grok to part of the list here of my agents. Right now, Grok's not in here, but Claude, Codex, Gemini, OpenCode, and Kimi is. So this tool is available for download right now. If you go to forge.plyrm.com, I'll send that link. You could actually download it for free if you want and try it out. One of the main features mine has, which the free one won't have it, but it's the token efficiency. This is my tool is very proud to have, is I can run these terminals at a reduced token cost because of my token efficiency. As a parent, do you encourage your children to vibe code to start early to gain advantage? I encourage my children to find what they love to do and to fine tune it, to develop that, whatever that skill is. None of my kids are into coding or vibe coding, but every single one of my children are unique in their own way. I have one that's an artist, and she is really good at art. And I encourage her to make that a passion of hers. I buy her the tools she needs to give her the training she needs. I have another daughter who's in the Air Force, and that's was her passion, it's what she wanted to do, and I encourage that. Right now, she is a biotech engineer, and that's what she wanted to do. So it just, I got another boy who hasn't decided what he wants to do yet. But yeah, all my kids are just whatever direction they decide they want to go, I will help them with. Oh yeah, so my daughter with that actually does her art, she can't stand AI. She absolutely hates AI. You're right about that. Yes, she hates it with a passion. And you know what's funny is I this is what I tell her. I said, I said, if you're using a desktop or a tablet or anything like that, or even a Wacom tablet where you could draw your art, I said, if you're using a tool like that, you're not an artist. I didn't see you pick up an actual paintbrush. I didn't see you actually mixing the paint yourself and painting like Bob Ross. So the tools advance, and each advancement makes the artist to be able to develop art easier. AI is just a tool. That's all it is. The old school artists are going to hate AI. Bob Ross, I'm sure, hates Adobe Photoshop. I mean, that's just the way it is. Same thing with musicians. You have the tools that'll give you your kick, your snares, your drums, your piano, and you could orchestrate an entire band on your computer using like some type of sympathy tool. And you could change your vocals. You could do the auto tone where you could sing, where it makes it sound like you're singing really good, and make your own song. But you never picked up a guitar, you never played a drum, you never played a flute. but yet those are considered as artists in the band or music world. But the moment AI can go in there and I can tell the AI exactly what I want, how I want it done, what voice I want to use, and send it in, no, that's not the same. But it's just the older generation, and this is the new tool. Yep, exactly, Suno. And that's all it is. It's just a tool. That's all AI is. Let's start working on the rest of the cards. You have a lot need to do. We have a lot in testing needs to get done, and you have a lot of idle agents here. Let's put them all to work. But it's all perspective. It really is. An actual band that has a real bass player, real guitar, real drummer, they probably don't like the people who are on a computer and making their own bass and their drum beats and all that. They probably think that's cheating. And then you got those people who think AI is cheating. And then, what's going to be after that? So EDT, I am a Microsoft 365 architect. I work for a company and I manage their whole cloud infrastructure. So that is I've been doing that for 20 years. That's my main background when it comes to any type of engineering. I've developed a lot of back-end automation code and scripts. I use PowerShell, C Sharp. I've written in Java, but I am not a professional in it. I am not an expert in it. I just know enough to get things done. And vibe coding has took by that level of my understanding and increased it 1,000 times. What they're doing behind the scenes, like my backend infrastructure for this or the framework is Rust. I don't know Rust. I can't develop in it. I can't write it. It's a whole different language. Thing's a beast. But if I had to open it and read it, I'll be able to understand what's happening in the flow of it. And I know the direction I want to go and the security involved in it and the type of connections I need to make all this work. Did you see the social media experiment where someone posted a real Monet painting and said it was AI and asked what made it inferior? People all hated it and said it was nothing like the human painting. I believe it. And that's what it is. It's just like a trigger, right? That's the same with politics as well. If I mention a certain name, it just triggers people. They get all crazy about it. But same thing with art. And I actually want to do that. Actually get a real band and have them play a certain song and bring it up to people who are musicians, and I'll tell them, yeah, this is all done by AI. What do you think about it? They'll, oh, that's slop. Oh, that's gross. I can't believe you're playing that. But they don't realize it was actually a real band that made it. It's the same thing. Guide, how do you vibe code with multiple agents like this? I don't. I have a director here in the middle. I just tell the director what I want done. The director is what's managing all this. So technically, my director is vibe coding right now. My director is like, hey, I need this and this done, and he has agents here that'll manage it for him, and they'll talk back to the director and tell him what's going on. So I don't do it. I let the director handle that. What is your take on what software devs be doing once AI takes over coding and product building? So this is the new age. The AI itself is still in the Wild West, and like when the internet first came out, it's been around since like the early 80s, maybe even earlier than that. And it didn't really start to hit until around the late 90s, right? And that's when it started to really boom, the internet. And people who understood where that was going are millionaires and billionaires today. I mean, look at people who like Amazon, Google, you have PayPal and all these other ones that just became billionaires overnight because they decided they knew exactly where the internet was going. And then the people who laughed at the internet, like, oh, just a trend, it's not going to last, whatever. Those are the people who are still poor. And then after that, you had the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, same thing. People thought, oh, no, that's just a scam. It's not going to last long. There's no real value in it. That's not going to do anything. And that was the Wild West when that first came out. Look at it today. It made the people who understood it and knew where it was going are billionaires, millionaires today. Now, AI, same thing. We're only 5 years in, pretty much. It just started. We're still in the Wild West. We don't know where this is going to go. But if you don't get into it now, you're going to be one of those left behind. You know, there's only a few windows that these type of opportunities come up. AI is that next window. It's happening right now in front of you. So start building your tools, your apps, get AI involved, build automation, get into the niches, and you will be ahead of even the pro programmers out there who don't understand what you're capable of doing with AI. End of the day, does all your tokens exhaust? No. I have token efficiency. I'm actually saving about 84% right now. And said, you know, originally I would have said 85.9 million tokens so far. I've only sent 2.7 million. I have the Claude subscription. I have the Codex subscription. And I will last an entire week, or if not longer, with this many agents running all week long. Software engineers are turning into system designers. Still engineers just evolving. Yeah, and that happens. People evolve, people adapt, and learn the new tools. So where to learn this director thing? So this tool here is Plyrium Forge. You could download that at forge.plyrium.com. Let's see here. Go there, and this is the tool that I made. Yeah, it's building itself right now. Hey, Josh. I love the name. That's my name. My name's Joshua. Do you go by Joshua or Josh? I just let people call me whatever they decide. Do you have Claude 200 and Codex? No, I have the Claude 200, and for Codex, I have the 100. I can use either one of those and still be able to have a whole week's worth and then some. Nice. What are you building? It looks interesting. I'm actually building something somewhat similar, Kanban-based agent harness where multiple agents work. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So here's my Kanban right here. And so here, let me go and close these out so you get a full view. So this is my Kanban. And each one of these are projects in the backlog. These are what's in progress. They'll either move them to testing or to complete. This is all automated. I don't touch this. I let the agents do all that. So it's exciting that, you know, more people are developing things like tools like this. I think it's definitely going to be needed in the future. What is going? I think I slowed it down here. They're still loading. Give me a minute. Joshua. Okay. That's my full name, Joshua. I got too much stuff going on. I'm just running all this on a little laptop, and I have 3 screens, 3 full monitors, and I have a lot of things happening. Come on. You could do this. Not load the terminals. Load. Any thoughts on AI layoffs? That's going to happen. I mean, it happened in the auto industry. They have robots building cars, right? And they have engineers that manages the robots. They started that in the 90s, 2000s. It's going to happen with other things too. I mean, that's just something you're just going to have to adapt to. It's going to happen. But here's the thing, though. The companies that know what's going on and how the economy works will not just lay everybody off. Because if you have everyone laid off, everyone's broke, they're not making any money, their product is not worth anything. No one's buying anymore. So they have to do it methodically where they can still generate the income for the economy and keep the economy flowing and the workforce going. So the workforce can start to continue purchasing their product. They have to maintain that. But if they just replace everybody with robots and no one's making any money or income, there's no point in having that company anymore. That company just kind of screwed itself. and now he's not making no profit. Now he's got to shut down. So any smart company out there is just not going to replace their entire workforce with AI. There has to be a balance. Hang on one second. It was just taking forever with mine. There's just a lot happening. Oh, did I lose my live stream? I think I lost my live stream. What the heck happened? There it goes. I'm still here. It's my live stream. It's just acting up right now. There we go. I think I just got too much crap running. I'm starting to close down a bunch of apps right now. Got too much going on. There we go. That should help. Which GitHub link on my website here? Let me take a look here. Take a look at this together here. Hey, thanks, EDT. So downloads. Which one are you downloading? There. That's working. That's working. That's working. Yeah, it takes you there. Let's go to the dashboard. And that's working. That's working. Hey, Joshua, can you tell me which one, which link is actually doing that? That way I could fix it. At the bottom of the home page under company section. Oh, because this is my actual, yeah, it's linking to the wrong one. That's my fault. It's this right here is my resource, but it's set to private. What it should have done was sent you to. So I got to. These are all private here, and it should have sent you either to the public here or just my main repository or something, like my main GitHub here. So I'll have that fixed. Hey, EDT, thanks for your sub, man. Which model, which effort level are you let the agents run? Different models and different agents. Oh, did my tool freeze up? Yeah, it looks like it did. Restart that. Hang on here. Hey, Suk. So I was supposed to get the Mac done this weekend, and I haven't done that yet. I still need to get the license and the SDK for it on my MacBook. Then I got to port it all over there. I'm hoping to get this done soon. I still might do it this weekend. I need to look into it. I just haven't done it yet. So that's on me. I have a lot of people who's wanting it on Mac right now, and I really need to get on Mac for you guys. It's not fair. You're not able to use it. And a lot of people who, you may have a Windows or a VM that runs Windows, but if you're doing all your developing in Mac, you want to stay in Mac. I get that. I'm 100% with you on that. So right now, what's going on? They're all catching up to because I shut them down. So they're all catching up to where they last left off. They're injecting all the scripts or the skills that they need to be able to run the tools. They're going to check the memory. They're going to check the Kanban. Um, and they'll pick up right where they left off and continue. I'll be right back, guys.